In question 25, we start off with the cubic that we're asked to factorise. The cubic is given as x cubed minus 4x. The first attempt I usually make in a factorisation is the extraction of any common factors, and in this case we have x in both that we can extract. That leaves x squared minus 4 inside the brackets. This line of working is equal to the one above. Inside the brackets, we've got the difference of two squares. Always important to notice that sort of thing. And that is the expression completely factorised. Part B asks us to sketch the equation y equals x cubed minus 4x. So as usual in parts that follow, we use what happened previously. In order to sketch this, I would have needed to have factorised it, but I've already done that. And I can see here that we've got three solutions when x is 0, when x is minus 2, and when x is 2. I can also see from this that it's a positive cubic. So a positive cubic will start down here and finish up here, going via minus 2, 0 and positive 2. It's also worth noting that there's no constant in the expanded form, and that means that the y-intercept is 0. But we also knew that because we had an x-intercept of 0. In part C, we're asked, on a separate diagram, sketch the curve with the equation y equals x minus 1 cubed minus 4x minus 1. Now, this is very similar to what we had here. This equation, y equals x cubed minus 4x. We've got something cubed, minus 4 lots of something. If I was to define this as f of x, if I was to define the previous equation as f of x, if I compare this, in place of x, I have x minus 1. So this would be f of x minus 1. I make this comparison because it allows us to think about transformations of functions. We have a transformation inside the brackets, so it's going to be horizontal effect. We're subtracting 1 and we go the opposite way, so we're going to add 1. Every point here will translate one space to the right. In the question it says, on a separate diagram, sketch the curve with the equation y equals x minus 1 all cubed minus 4x minus 1. Showing the coordinates of the points where they cross the x-axis. They've not asked me for the y-intercept because that's not as readily available, and they're testing a knowledge of transformation of functions.